The Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM today na Friday, October 22, 2021. Good morning and welcome to the last edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they can to from 98.1 FM. We will bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Salon. Musa Kamara na my name.
And Mina Princess Pias. Today inside the program, Radio Democracy go look inside the new biometric license, where the Salon Roads Authority go begin gist now.
We dey look inside the new biometric license where the Salon Roads Authority will begin gist now. Well, for sake of that, I want to welcome the Executive Director for the Salon Roads Safety Authority, Ibrahim Sano. Good morning and welcome to the program, Mr. Sano.
Good morning, listeners, and thanks for having me.
Okay, Mr. Sano, continue for the with we inside the program as they can give details on the biometric license who now they begin give to drivers them. As the authority done, they do plenty system reviews them, and this BNTM come up with the idea say them for change the current driver's license way the country they use now. So Ibrahim Sanode inside the program for tell me more about this license as I'm telling you earlier in system months that all day inside the program for can do demonstration how they produce this. But before that they come to Mr. Sano for tell we what actually prompt the Salon Road Safety Authority for come with the idea for change the current driver's license we Salon gets.
Okay, thank you very much. In the first place, I don't know why people can always say Mina Joseph, Mina Ibrahim. Joseph, that's in society. Waiting prompt we pride ourselves with the vision of His Excellency the President, where they try to rebrand the country as a whole. And he puts her as the topmost of the agenda because you find out say, Bokuti Ndewe Salon, they compete with globally or even regionally with other countries there, within here. So we look at, say, okay, most other countries, they don't move now to a securitized system in the issuance of the driver's license. And also, in addition to the securitized system, they also use information technology for ensure compliance. So with the team, like you see this young man sit on here, Mr. Cole, and the other one, the Adiza, Barry, and Habib, with the rest of the MIS team. So we sit down and provoke some thoughts around them, because we not get that kind of population, dense population as compared to Nigeria. So we come back in-house, looked at the license where they produce now, UK, for example, and America, for example, and what did they intend for do. So fortunately, one holiday, Mr. Cole being there for in England, I will try to also look at the process. And we can find out that they also intend for do what we call the next generational license, where we say it can get cheap. So we say, okay, since they intend for do this, they will not no exception. We can just embark on that. So that could be biometric, you get a contactless chip, and you get all the standard securitized features where any securitized card or even sometimes money, like the money where they print, so we go get. Like we get about 9 of those features we perhaps Mr. Cool go for dilate on them. So waiting prompt one for ensure compliance, and one for ensure ethics and sanity on the road. We will get several complaint people that they can say, oh, me na Mohammed Kamara, but me face not anything that me license. And we can get Mohammed Kamara, for example. If you check SLRSA database now, you will get past 1,000 Mohammed Kamara. But even the face of the people, like it can blurry, you're not able to see, you're not able to depict and all that. So with the biometric system, it cut all of this. And what do? We make sure say the last mile, so that we call the backbone or the end with not only Mr. Cool, myself and audits, now we get access to her. And we need to get access for delete, but we only get access for see if error happen and any other. So we get a whole audit tray. So in other words, we do it in a systemic way that you get, if you not complete point 1, you don't get to go to point 2. So point 1, they start with the NIN number, your national identification number. We don't even need your name, all anything and day. All we need, you bring your NIN number, we get an API link with NCRA, we key in your NIN number, everything on your detail come up. And then we can now certify, say, indeed, you know Mohammed S. Kamara. Then from there, they can issue you a pay advice. They issue you a pay advice, you go pay in a bank. Once the payment reflects, you come back to SLRSA, and then within the app, we'll get banks that within the premises as well. But also they try for improve the system in the same that you're able to pay with mobile money, Orange Money, Afri Money, or you use your smart your bank or Visa card. Then the other next thing we'll work on the next couple of weeks. But what we don't achieve so far, once you don't pay, you come now and do your biometric. You do your biometric and you proceed for go do your test. So once you don't go do your test, the test will link the test to the main MIS server operating system. So now like Survey Monkey, the one that we don't use Survey Monkey app. Like as you click the last question, you don't even need for click submit. As you click the last question, automatically just go straight. And so MIS they get her. So they think the grade itself, especially for the one way they tend for acquire the license for the very first time. So as long as you don't pass the test, the percentage, and then they can process your license right there, even where you no need for it. So you can just process it now and invite you for kind of take you snapshot. So that's the process. That way they do the process. So we don't launch we don't give His Excellency the President, the Honorable Vice President, the First Lady, and some other stakeholders will be there on the State House, the driver's license. The Honorable Minister, of course, then do the launching. So next week, starting from Monday, Pademba Road and we office na Kisio, they begin issue the license. But for ensure quality control, we make sure that one centralized printing center we get. Because why ensure quality control? So basically, Pademba Road snap, Waterloo go snap, Bo go snap, Kenema go snap, Makeni go snap, because are the main regions the first we start with. But once them snap, or once them do the process, even with the testing and take the picture, then snap, what thing they happen next? The quality control now the careful consider within the MIS unit. Check the detail, because we get the primary data from NCRA. Ensure say the fingerprints they are aligned, ensure say the picture is well cropped, and ensure say the detail with the including the phone. They just do like a double check of the things that we don't happen.
Okay.
And from there now they can print the license. So it got to take a whole process where this new biometric driver's license before we issue out.
Okay, Mr. Sano, you don't talk about different features them with this license get and why make una decide for carry this biometric system. And one part the issues that we mentioned get for do now that people ensure compliance. So how una get for go about this particular compliance issue?
Okay, I go say small to Mr. Cole said will come in that because the system, the compliance basically therefore deal with how they ensure the compliance, therefore start with the biometric process. All over right now, my sister, if you check, one of the simplest way people ensure compliance, even in government offices, like if you want like 98 years old, if now I know if people let the car work early on time, you can just put the biometric timing timer at the entrance. You don't even need for put register. So now then all we look at basically. Most people don't get license when they're host they sit up. Most drivers they drive in this country they're not even supposed to drive. Some don't even know the road signs. Some don't even know the ethics on the road. Now make if I not say I beg your pardon. It's so common for driver there, most especially for them commercial driver there. As soon as sometimes they drive you bad, you grumble, the next thing for use bad language. So it's so common. So with that thing all we don't look at see. You know what thing? Let we make the process kind of not like a rigid, but let me make it in a way where somebody go really go through. Like where you know go jump class 3 for go sit MPSC. So that kind of thing that we want for do. So like how we ensure that one from January 1. We're in constant talks with the driving schools there. And we want to let the private sector invest in driving school. We create our own driving center basically for do like what we call a post-driving school test. For example, if you're a potential driver, like Mohammed Eskrama not begin drive it, we're going to Chris Tex for drive. So what's going to happen? If Mohammed Eskrama come back to SLRC will go for take and do the basic stuff then for ensure say indeed they go through Chris Tex. You understand? So that kind of system they would try for the but we want to drive school. Nobody no go drive now from starting from next year if you not go to a registered certified driving school.
Now get for enforce that particular.
Though then they would already the policy day, so we already don't complete it. We call it the DSSP, the Driving License Standardization Program. We don't work on the policy. We even tender on a board by end of this month, and from there we can go to ministry. So once we don't go through them process, then they would enforcer. So especially for the new drivers, the one that we can't get license for the first time, whether you do any side. So we encourage you driving school also for able for expand at the different parts in the country.
You don't talk about this system and how we prepare, but sometimes we can get an issue and they say, okay, this service not available at SLRSA at the moment, maybe plate shorting, number plate shorting, or this shorting. Looking at this biometric driver's license, what are the producers then? And how available it would be to the people readily?
Okay, we do the license in the process in phases. The card itself, now only 3 companies in the world go able for print. They call it industrialized securitized printing. Now, when they get the card from HID, now England, like I say, Mr. Cole go dilate further on that one day. But how we do the process, so we get the card where they can pre-printed, because the card with the securitized feature. We're not getting nobody in a Salon or Africa self. We able for do that kind of securitized printing there. So the card they can pre-printed, the card with the chip inside, the card with the hologram, and the other securitized features. So when the card there, all what they do now, when you don't go through the process, go through the biometric, go through the demonstration. SLRSA now, we get a system we say it exports all the own biodata features, including your name, for personalize the card. So that's the only process we do. But the card they can pre-print it. It's not something you get for worry about, because now something will go through proper procedural procurement process, and we'll do the procurement. Currently, as I talk to you, we got over 30,000 in stock of the cards. So as it deplete or as it go down, and so we go replenish, because we have a contract we bind it with the people there. And they are ISO certified, we get the patent right over waiting we order for. So that one they make we pay for it, and we don't even pay upfront before they supply. Like this current one, we pay the first 30%, then go through the process, validate and everything. Don't confirm. They give the sample, they will pay the other 30%, and we'll still get for pay the balance 30%.
So you assure the public now, say the issue of shortage not get for the the supply.
No. I know we're ever there on this one. It's Musa, it's about proper administrative system you put in place. This is not like whether are they in country or are not they in country, whether they leave or not they leave. We they get meetings every week, and we they get stock updates about all we stock there. So the number plate you mentioned, they not to we the producer directly. Now they are like outsourcer with other company producer. So then before get them issues. But even as that, we don't put stringent measure. Now where there is now shortage, they have a penalty where they go pay. And those punitive measures don't they prevent all the one and they. So it's just about you having some good administrative acumen and put your policies there in place for let people really abide or comply with.
You just don't assure the public, say this particular license will be available and will be enough. And you say proper administrative system on the put in place. The issues of service delivery in the country we get for do with centralized system. Now one way people only get challenged with. So with this kind particular new system we don't in place, how people all over the country get access to them, not to pass if you come free tongue, you go able for access them.
This is that if the free tongue no move for don't do, they're not meaningful at all, because free tongue is not Sierra Leone. You get people where they drive other places. So what do we do for decentralize the process? For a start, we do another regions there, like Kenema, Boo, McKinney, and then like free tongue will get 3 sides of the door. Like head office will get 2 sides, we'll get Padembaro, they will get Waterloo. But we get the other regions that we will establish. They're all the features. And with the integrator, currently we have what we call interconnected system. What would they use? So SLRSA work now, not like today. Now we do license, pass and bring all food off for print. No, now you can get your license at Cambia, you get an at Kailan. So it's now decentralized. Now make a tell you, with the help of ICT, we don't make our own process them very seamless.
Okay, well, that's Ibrahim Sano, the Executive Director and the Salon Road Safety Authority. They talk about the new biometric driver's license, where they go begin just now.
We don't talk to Ibrahim Sano, in the Executive Director and the Salon Road Safety Authority. We talk about the new biometric license, where then they begin to drivers them. And same way, so inside the program, I want to welcome Glenn Cole, the Management Information System Director there inside the studio for can talk about this technical part of this license. Good morning, Mr. Cole, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, family. Welcome.
Okay, Okay, you know the management information system analyst, they don't they get from the executive director, don't they talk about this biometric license, but technical issues the way people they ask about and one the concerning one for no. Earlier, Mr. Sano mentioned say the system then get for snap other side and but now get for come analyze or produce exactly within the people and want for get as in as much as Mr. Sano don't talk about the differences. Looking at the system now, how prepare una day for this now biometric license for give to people in na Salon, considering that it is being centralized in terms of production?
Thank you very much. Firstly, I want to mention, say, even before this term, our system is already decentralized. We'll be able to give driver's license all over the country. So, decentralized issue of license, not a new thing. So we don't do one from 2018. All the systems there are totally connected. So in issuing a decentralized license, we are well prepared, and the system where they connect all the office there is tried and tested. So definitely that won't be an issue.
Tried and tested, that won't be an issue.
Yes.
Now we look at the preparedness, as you mentioned, say, una already don't prepare for ensure, say, una able give the license to time and also on time. How, like this one now, where Mr. Sanodo mentioned earlier, una get for the analyze then issues, how this go different from the old system where una be done they operate on in as much as una they come with a new system now with a biometric license system?
Firstly, this license, the reason why we change this license now because the original license being get now be normal card, plain card where everybody being get, and then machine then they print them plain card and they then common. So there be the fake list license boku. As Mr. Salon say, this card now what we don't produce, again 9 different features then param, and then features then they are industrially securitized system. So there is no way anybody, even if you want for fake and safe, you don't even get the right, you don't even get the privilege or even the machines for producer. We get things there, like for example, what we call nanotechs. Nanotechs now, so if you look with money, pass you use things like a magnifier for seeing, not to think that we easily produce. So the card of itself, first of all, is a very, very secure, securitized card. So unfortunately, what I would try for fake this license, not go ever able for fake them. And we system where they produce this driver license currently. We get them card here already in stock. We have about 30,000 and more coming. So in terms of shortage of this card, definitely we won't run out of, because the cards will be coming in as and when we need them. In terms of the system, we've tried, we already work on this system behind the scene for a long time. 9 months, 10 months, we don't test, we don't go Nigeria, we don't come and test a lot of things. So we are prepared and ready to issue these cards.
Okay, you don't talk about how secure this particular system is. This nothing we get for do with technology, and because it's a new innovation kind of system. And we all know the kind of issues that we can do. Even self with the NCRE process, we society some people their name not even match to them face. All of the issues they do. So I wanna don't put all of them kind of technical situation in the under control for say then kind of mismatch of information not happen with people.
Well, a good way you talk about NCRA. NCRA now then gets the primary data of every citizen in this country. We don't get some data for people. And so if we get it, well, where you get your NIN, when at the first process, that NIN they mean to say, when we call up that NIN with the connection we get NCRA, your information they come to we. If we get different information, we override that information the way we get with the one from NCRA, because NCRA then with the trust get the primary data of every citizen. So once we get that data, any mismatch will be need to we will be corrected by the data we get from NCRA, and we will move forward with that data that we don't get from NCRA. And you're not going able for Sidona house. Same to we, for example, your passport picture, say, can print for me license or use that for print. Because of the biometric features that we need for capture, you need for the physically in front of we, and the thermal don't get you information, and we will go snap you for batch with the data we don't get.
Mr. Cole, they can go for short break, then you can demonstrate for with Facebook viewers them. But somebody go want for know whether somebody who don't already get the old license can go for this new biometric license, or you get for go in fresh, or just get for tender that and they exchange them for you.
Well, if you get license already and you need this new license, of course you can't work on a street with 2 license. So we'll get for retrieve the old license from you and we issue you with this new license. But definitely it's only one and only one license you for get that.
What are the time frame payments for make you receive them? Where you pay for license and before you get an
well, we charter say 3 working days. So we try for ensure say everybody in 3 working days if you're able for renewal, forget you driver's license.
Okay, well we'll come back to you like and take we through the process and show viewers then the sample of this new biometric license.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, the entire system, of SLRSA sampled in a Radio Democracy studio this morning for can demonstrate to Facebook viewers them how they did work on the biometric license. And we get somebody who they can do sample on who now on our Facebook live how they see the person. PP.
Now just go through the process.
So we get Khadija, or they can try for doing capturing biometric data so that we will produce a license. Well, Khadija don't go through the test. He don't get a NIN number. We don't pay, so we don't get all the thing that the process we, as Mr. Salon they explain we for pass through. So now, what we can demonstrate now by how they capture the biometric feature and how Pambu then go see and we then go now any of we office there with the device they are there. But before we do that, I want to show Pambu them how the card turn like the pre-printed card. This now the blank card. How we feel with all the features that will be they explain. This is not the front and this is not the back. So if you scramble and see you get this hologram na the back, without then sabi about security features then, and you get what we call DOSH, different type, 9 different security features now, and the card of itself in terms of in thickness. If you feel like you're not saying a durable card, we not go able for pull quickly. So Khadija. Now, one can capture your fingerprints. Your fingerprint, I will ask if you stand up a little bit because it will be comfortable for you. If you put your 4 left fingers on your 4 left fingers, press and hold. Good. So now I will ask you again for put your thumb, your 2 thumb there. Thumb. Okay, so we don't capture your 2 thumb and your 4 right fingers, Khadija. Okay, so yes, take them off now, Khadija. So we don't capture your fingerprint, and also. Now we will also go and capture your signature. So Khadija, is that the signature part? If you can sign there. Yeah, sign. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. So that's your signature, Khadija. Don't save them. Then the final thing we go capture is your image, because apart from the biometric feature, your signature, we also want your face for let we know see now you get this. So we'll go use this background for capture your image.
Smile, smile.
Well, don't smile, Khadija. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Khadija. So now we don't capture all your features then, but this therefore go through what we call a deduplication process. Waiting at this deduplication process for ensure say Khadija, we can take this license and actually na the Khadija, because you can go somewhere else, boy, go say name Aminata. So because of this biometric feature, if you go now, for example, go to as you put on so system, go check and see no, this fingerprint will be done see on some side before. So you go send and go to what we call investigation for proof if now you they try for do harm on other person they try for cheat to system. So that means to say when you capture, when we take you future, that's why we not issue you the license immediately, because you therefore go through this duplication process for clear you basically before we print out the license and we go issue them to you.
So how many days did it take?
Well, 3 working days if not renew them. So if not new, you therefore go through driving school. This is the new thing. If you not go through driving school, you're not go able to get this with driver's license. So we will cut off plenty of the illegal drivers that would get in the street. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Of course, the program is still listening to a Good Morning Salon. Well, that has been demonstration by the system analyst in the Salon Road Safety Authority of the new biometric. As I tell listeners and viewers, we get the SLRSA system now with studio for demonstrate as to how they give the license, and they don't just do that to Khadija Bangura now.
Musa, the process, waiting, I go for it, the process, not the studio.
For me, it's very fast. It's very fast, considering like the more people are busy now engage. If the process is fast like this, it's good because we go through them quickly, and it takes us less than 10 minutes for go through the process.
Okay, so Mr. Cole, somebody gets question relating to the biometric driver's license, because some people will get the old license, they will not expire it. Some man they say the cost, if not the same, the cost of the license, and for some of them where their own driver's license not expire it, within will be the chances for get this new one.
Well, in terms of the cost, we all know, say for producing like this kind of card, it costs money. It definitely costs the authority money. So we'll go add small thing. The plan is for adding like a 50,000 euros per tapa. We now for all family no feel and too much.
Okay, so this new one.
So well, the license depend on the category of vehicles that we can drive. For now, we license in the range from between 350,000 to about 540,000, depending on the category of vehicle where they drive. So possibly they drive ordinary SUV, for example, but people like refer to as Jeep, when a B, maybe they pay 350,000. Now go they pay about 400 or 405,000. So that small leap, I think say family will able to absorb that for. They were able to cover some of the costs there.
Okay, so what about the one that the old driver's license no expired?
If we will allow you for your driver's license expire and come for this new one. But if you're so willing for can change before your license expire, yes, of course you can come and can do your renewal. Now renewal and new cost is not the same. Not like first then we renewal and new one because we different.
Okay, because that's a was.
Yes, not the same cost. If I renew, they go renew because now the same material we get for use for print everything. Now the same card back you get for get. So the cost they all don't become the same now. Like renew on a new, not the same cost.
So you go just want for echo the cost of this new biometric.
Well, as I say, it range from now. It will range from between 400 to 600 and 30,000, depending on the kind of category of driver's license.
Mr. Cole, we they interact with the public a lot, and plenty of them complain on the commutes. People go fence sababu for go get them kind license there. So you go say, okay, this person is SLRSA the work or this person gets sababude, I want to go take this license for me, I want to go take this license for me. And they take them sometimes. Somebody tells you 6 months, it don't take me 7 months for make a get license, and I pay nearly 800 to 1 million leones for license. People will they listen to you. How this system go to like in faces of challenges or concerns like that from the public?
Yes, most of this not to we not really learn story then the boku people and the pay then kind money then the. But one thing I go encourage the public for do, let them self ensure say then go na we office them. Boku people then okay, meet people in the streets, give them money and then charge them boku money. Then we then go. We then get what them call. We know where the kotia. When they don't take you money, now that person will work they don't you money first, now first then they go do. So all then they tell you say, now SLRS get the problem, now we get the blame. Well, even if you check now our system, no information have not even come inside our system for that particular driving license. So we we go encourage people them. If you want driving license, ensure say you go now any of our branch. We get about 17 branch across the country. Make the effort go there. And with this biometric driving license, if you not go there for long, go capture like how capture Khadija in biometrics, so you're not going to forget this because we need you biometric information. So you're not going to you got to go physically
so
now.
This one I know it can be impossible.
No, you for day because we can't capture your fingerprint if you know day. You for day physically.
If somebody happen forget the old license but don't travel but want for renew a license, situations like that, how you go be?
Well, unfortunately, we need you biometric. So if you do physically in any of we office, if you not do physically any of your office, we can't issue you this biometric driving license.
So if it's somebody in biometric license, this new one lost.
Well, now the same process. You go take police reports. We call the police report story, then we issue it we call a lost license. Again, the lost license at the same cost as the renewal license.
Okay, continue for the week inside the program. Will they come back to you? Mr. Sano, when will they see people begin get this license from SLRSC? This Monday coming.
Yeah, this Monday coming.
And earlier you make mention of NIN number. Mm-hmm. If somebody not get this NIN number, where people know say you will get where you register with NCRA.
Everybody get NIN number right now.
Okay.
Because even the reason why we delay the launching of the driver's license process because we'll be wait NCRA for complete and validation exercise. Excuse me. You find out say NCRA will do the first one, and now they been get this second one they will do it and go by region, so they don't complete that one. So everybody get NIN number. In fact, the beauty about the process is no sooner you key in posting NIN number, every detail button they come up. So it make it so simple and easy for we. And so we will encourage everybody, just in case you don't know your NIN number, kindly go to NCRA office and try to get your NIN number and come to SLRSA.
That even you be not being registered or you're not being verified inside this ongoing verification we NCRA they do.
Yeah, so I believe everybody be registered, perhaps until the verification. So if you not be do the verification, go because the Musa, what you basically want for do, we not limit this NIN thing to just driver's license. We just don't launch a driver's license, but come November, December to January, we go to ever make a mandatory say everybody will register Okada, motorcar, that this country, you for bring you NIN number. Then TRO they say so. 90 ensure for let people even afraid if they want to do certain thing. For example, then accident that can happen. Someone they bang person, he run away go. Then take the motorcar number. Then they go now say not to the person in motorcar or not to this. So one get all ends detail and they someone they buy a motorcar, they sell and give other person. The person they still carry that person in your own ownership. So then they all want prevent that one day. For example, now if you don't buy second-hand motorcar, you will register as APY 444. And that APY 444, you know, so the original owner, meaning from where Canada is content to be the original owner. So we draw that number plate and register in your name. All of these now people go see and say yes, you know, go for now, they not go see the essence of her. But believe you me, this go ensure a whole lot of sanity and ethics on safety. The objective of all these now safety measures. We ask yourself this question, say, what's now the mandate of SLRSA? What's our objective? And what we go do? We're objecting now for safety, for ensure safety. Because even if you regulate the transport industry, now safety they try for ensure. So now you get a whole lot of stagnated question. You ask yourself, how can you maximize, or how you go able to ensure safety, or how you go try for ensure safety? One, you got to do a proper, robust mechanism for the issuance of driver's license. For make sure that the drivers that we give license, they are certified, they are well trained and educated, they are well tested, for proof then that indeed they're roadworthy, they're for good drive not treat. Second, that security, in the absence of street cameras right now, whether not the long-term objective of SLRSA. In the absence of that one day, why make use of this NIN number? Other countries like England or America or even Ghana or Nigeria, like England and get the SSN number, America gets social security number. Everything we do get for tied to your number. Everything. So that kind of system they will try for development SLRSA. With this, you register your motor car today, they bring your NIN number, and they also register us against your NIN number. So if that motor car that you don't sell her, other person you can register her, pass that person can certify say you don't sell her. You don't begin get car thefts in Sierra Leone too. People don't begin to people motor car, they go pull number plates, go here and it. So we pride ourselves with the vision of this excellency, and I really want to applaud and tell thank you to the young men that we didn't make, the young men, the women who made this happen. You know, the likes of the Mr. Cole, the Adiza, the Habib, the Barry. These are people who align themselves with my vision, and myself align myself with the vision of His Excellency. We not believe in for bring outsiders for do all this what they do. We just believe, say, if you provoke Sierra Leoneans there, we are brainy, we can able for do, and all these things are in-house. We just not just the procurement process no more go out, but in terms of the consolidation, the research we do and everything, we pride ourselves that in-house we do, and we really grateful to God that Sierra Leoneans will challenge yourself and we able for do.
Okay, Mr. Sano. So how far una don't go with engagement with the different union there? We also get drivers union there, and then plenty the union there foresee the importance of this particular new biometric drivers license way them for use.
Well, if you hear me earlier, it's a 9 months process. Now we put her into phases. We go to call the first phase to call the research phase. The research phase and therefore ask people their opinion, and based on all what we gather. The second phase to call now be like a consultation phase, where we say we call all the stakeholders there. We show them the old driver's license and the new one. We show them the features and the quality of the new one. And the last phase will begin at the validation phase. And we don't do all things now. We'll call them back or say, this kind of thing. In fact, the one thing where they recommend that will bring that point system. So like that also the part of the end part of the driver. Like for example, if drive recklessly, you can ticket her and reduce 1 point. If somebody gets some kind of accident, whether something out of reckless driving or maybe drink and drive, you can also reduce point. So that one is like the next phase. We don't get the system up and running and everything, then we can just introduce that point system. It be done day before na Salon, not so for say not be done day. And other countries they do. So once we do that, the driver say go no say they can, even when your license valid, if you get 6 points, they can retrieve your license from you and ban you for drive for 6 months.
Okay. Continue for the week we inside the program. In name na Ibrahim Sano, the Executive Director, Salon Road Safety Authority. We'll come back to now inside the program.
The program is still a listen to a Good Morning Salon, where they can to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We still get with studio guests in the studio. We come out from the Salon Roads Authority for can talk about the biometric license. We will begin this edition of the program. Your name is Princess Pias.
Musa Kamara na my name.
And now na time for we read some of the messages them we don't kind inside the program. And the first one we I go read from we text line the comments from the person they ask, say, I want to ask the director of SLRSA if someone didn't register with the NCRA but goes to driving school, will that person be given license or not?
Okay.
Give you license now where you go NCRA first. So you better go NCRA for get any number first.
Okay, this one they say, what is the cost of the new driver's license? Clippy more.
This other one is if I want to change my present license to biometric, which has not expired yet, do I have to pay extra money for it?
And this one they say, will the old license still be in existence simultaneously with the new biometric license?
This one from the text line, they say, I want to know the type of driver's license that will be issued out to individual, like driver, like bike rider, keke, and car owners.
This one, they say, can someone get the driver's license in the provinces or only at the SLRS headquarters?
Well, this last one from the text line where I would take, they say it's refreshing to learn that SLRSA is introducing biometric registration system and possibility of obtaining license at different parts in the country.
They say, please ask Mr. Sano about the traffic light system. When are we seeing them on the streets of Freetown and major streets in Sierra Leone? This one come out from Texas. They raise concern about that. And the other one, they say, can I exchange my old driver's license with the new biometric one?
Okay, I can take some, then Mr. Cole will take the balance.
Okay.
The one that we get for the policy aspect. If you don't get need number, there's no way you can for driver's license, so forget that. Because now the need number, they start the process. For change your old license to the new one, you have to pay. For the other side, of course, we say that the regions that we start with, Bo, Kenema, Makini, and then so for now, then as we don't get up and running, then we can, cascade them or decentralize them to all the operational areas. So, Mr. Cole.
Yeah, thank you very much. The cost, they range between 405,000 to about 630,000. And if you get all license where you want for can change, yes, you can pay depending on the class of driver's license where you eligible for. So in terms of if we are prepared and ready, yes, we're ready for issue this license from Monday, and we go get small teething issue, but we know say Family and go able for BR because we expect the rush for this driver's license, but we will deal with them as the thing they present itself.
Somebody they ask if by the license then different for bike, keke, motorcar.
Well, the bike, the keke and the bike license are 1 year we normally the issue and for. So for the moment, then go still they get because the own color even different. The bike license are green, not to the normal brown license where people use. So then go still maintain that their own license. The one who they change are the driver's license because in a 5 year period.
And that quick one been they ask Mr. Sano about the traffic lights. Then when we see them as a sign of safety on we major roads them, and also this person they ask about the company in name where they print them ticket them license here.
Okay, so the traffic lights, the Ministry of Transport currently they embark on what they call the IRON project, the Resilient Urban Mobility Project, and then they get for bring some traffic lights. So we use that as a model in line with the Presidential Infrastructure Initiative, Ministry of Works, Ministry of Transport, for see how we can for leverage on that one day and do the other traffic lights. We don't do the studies and we are part of it. So definitely for say we need to look into that regard. So that policy, that's very good. I mean, if I for you think in that direction. So I assure you say the new direction government definitely will bring a proper traffic light. So we will just do for cosmetic means where people will just see and then lost in thin air. Then the other question was
the name of the company with the
now HID in England. Now HID, this is not like an industrialized printing farm. They are well known for securitized printing. Now England they print the
And
cards.
somebody always also they ask about how knowledgeable the law enforcers then they about this new biometric license.
In fact, it's simple. Now, how knowledgeable? Information technology now one thing will pride now SLRSA. If you check now, even the traffic wording there, whether we actually traffic code, what they call it traffic wording. The traffic wording there, where you see everybody get a smartphone, where they can check now for change of color, change of engine, because the Mr. Cole man then creates the application at SLRSA, where it go easy for do the checks on the road. You don't need for break policy and count at our office. So now they do that one day. So what we get for do, they do what we call handheld devices. In fact, once you get the machines there now, even tickets say they can't stop for get tickets. So now everything they do now based on the handheld device. So they are well knowledgeable. What I'm talking about consultation, they were highly consulted, and they also currently they do some in-house refresher training for medicine to understand. But it's easy. This is not something you can fake. That's one. And number two, What's you really like? Just like for beat, for like think ahead of the one there, because in life you get for be dynamic and proactive at the same time. For think ahead of the one there, we go 10 for even do the handheld device.
Okay,
for example, if Princess you can one sec please. If Princess you dey drive, then even you left your driver's license in a house, we just need it on print.
Okay.
And then that they go happen. If you get the driver's license, like you just hold and swipe her now the handheld device. And
Okay, so
everything
Mr. Sano, just quick one before wrap up the program. People concerned about this tinted and glass. And self they one know they park the garage with street people don't own garage. Just quick one before wrap up the program.
Tinted, nobody no get rights for tinted motor car if you not talk with SLRSA. But it ain't how with citations we act. But however, we can just give oversight on that. The garage, if you find out we don't embark on massive or operation street garage. When the rains, 9 be done waiting. But definitely, then our SOP, we stand our operating procedure for this November. Until November, December, we can embark on that. So, like, the one way they sell now, Lumley, that market, where they sell bottom mango at the market, the one way they sell Eastern Police, better just ready for you. Because at the time they come back with the car and back on that serious operation free flow. And then they back will do the street garage there as well.
Okay, well, plenty thank you for joining me at the studio.
Thank you.
Well, now this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon, go left for today. Plenty thank you to guests them. And serve to Usman Kamara, we make you watch we live on our Facebook page, and DJ Lava for technical support. And serve to producer de Michael Samula and Alex Lawrence Kuma. Me we bring this edition of the program, your name na Princess Pierce.
And Musa Kamara na my name. Have a wonderful week.